Hey babes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's been a hot minute. Just putting it out there. It's been a struggle bus town. With everything, there's lots going on behind the scenes that y'all don't know about. Lots of secret things. Shh, don't tell nobody. During the past few months, it's obviously been we're getting everything sorted for the surgery. If you guys saw my first video about the surgery, then you'll know I'm having the gastric sleeve surgery. Surprise! Surprise! If you guys haven't seen that video, please click the link. Otherwise, none of this shit's about to make sense. Get me? You get me? You've left? You haven't left. You're risky. So we have a special video because I did go and vlog most of everything that happened these last few months. So my blood tests, ultrasound and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you guys off to watch those clips and we'll be back to discuss and further explain everything. So roll the clips.
My radiology appointment, ultrasound appointment at 2, so I have to be there at 1:45, but I have to fast for 6 hours beforehand. So it's 7:30 now, so I'm gonna have my breakfast, which I'm just having some cheese and crackers, my favorite tasty cheese and crackers, because after 8 o'clock I can't eat anything, so I'm just gonna finish these, maybe go back to sleep. I'm trying to be real with you guys. It's 7:30 and I'm still tired, so I might go back to sleep for a little bit. Yeah, so at the radiology, let's do this. That literally took 10 minutes maybe, and let me tell you, getting an ultrasound's quite relaxing because they're like, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So it wasn't bad and I didn't have any issues, so that's one thing done. And the next thing we have to do now is to get a blood test, but for that one I have to book it in. So with this one I had to fast from 7:30 till 2, which is the appointment, because you have to fast for 6 hours. So I just woke up early and ate my breakfast, you know, you guys said that before. But with the blood test, I have to fast overnight, so like it's 10 to 12 hours you have to fast for. So I'm gonna do that I think next week, or I might be able to squeeze it in at some point this week, I don't know, but that's next on our list. And then yeah, so we got 3 months to go, guys. Only 3 months. It's very exciting. I'm gonna go get something to eat because I'm really hungry, something to drink because I'm very thirsty. So it's been a few months and we are finally here. We're finally at my dietitian appointment. Yay. The appointment that everybody looks forward to, because it's the appointment that they tell you you can't eat anything. I didn't introduce you guys, but this is Sasha. Hi. She is my neighbor and newest close friend. So she's coming along with me today for my appointment. My
moral support.
Moral support. My mum's gonna meet us here in a bit. So I've got my petite folder. You guys remember her from the first video. Cute. And we're gonna get all the information that we need about this appointment. So on the paper it does say that it is a $120 fee for this dietitian appointment, but I was not told about that before I just rocked up here. So
joke's on them, it's gonna be free.
No, we'll figure it out. But yeah, so hopefully this appointment goes well. I will update you guys on what happens during it, and yeah, let's hope that it goes well. And I'm hoping that they give us, because I know that some people, they get, the dietitian gives them the little bowls that they need to use with like measurements and stuff, so I'm really hoping that my one does as well. Otherwise I'll just go to Kmart and get like some measuring bowls and stuff.
Ask.
Yeah, I'll probably just ask and see if she'll give it to them. But they're going to give me lots of paperwork today, so make sure you bring your folder. And yeah, I will see you guys after the appointment with the updates. Woo!
Bye.
Oh, also today, I forgot to mention, also today after my dietitian appointment, straight after it, I've got booked my follow-up appointment for my blood test and ultrasound. So we find out if everything's actually good to go.
Keen.
So I will update you guys when we're out of there.
Oh yeah.
See you in a minute. Bye. Get it. We're in. Alright. Exciting. We're waiting. Next appointment. Mum's here now. Mum. TV. Nice.
The clips have been rolled. Nice. So if you guys hear any random giggling, Sasha's here in the background. Say hi. Hello. Alright, so as you guys saw at the dietitian appointment, I couldn't really film much because obviously it's very like private and secretive and they don't like you filming there. So I have the information for you here now that I'm going to explain and go through. With everything, as you saw, I needed to do the ultrasound, blood test and all that. So I had my follow-up appointment after the dietitian appointment and everything's all good and everything's a go. So my date was changed from the 8th to the 15th just because some family stuff, and we just needed to change it to make sure that my mum could come with me because I'm scared. At the dietitian appointment, she pretty much gave me this booklet and went through it all with me and explained what I needed to do prior and after the surgery. So I'm gonna go through this lovely booklet now with you, just do a brief go over. If you guys are interested in maybe a more in-depth look at it, I'm sure that you can find these booklets on their website and you can have another read through if you want. But for now, we're just gonna do a quick little go through and see what's up with everything. So first, they just started off with, you know, why are you gonna go see a dietitian? Well, that's because you can't just do what you do when you're doing what you're doing now. You have to change it because you're not gonna have a stomach and you gotta like prep for shit. So that's pretty much, you just said like, are you ready, and asked like my habits now and what I think needs to change and all that stuff. So that was fun, telling her these things. I was a little exposed, but that's fine. Before the surgery, you have to go on a 2-week pre-diet, and during this time you can only drink and eat Optifast products and 1 cup of vegetables a day. I think you can have multiple cups, but they have to be like 1 cup at a time. So obviously there's 3 meals in a day, so each of those meals are replaced with Optifast. I'm going to show you a quick little haul of the Optifast that I got. There's different flavors and everything, so this is just whatever you want. It can be any Optifast product, it doesn't matter, shakes, bars or anything like that. But you need to have at least 3 a day so you need like 42 products because it's for 2 weeks. So if you do 2 weeks times 3, it's 42. Yes, brain. So I got the bars because I think they would be easier for work just to like travel with. So these will be mostly for like lunches and stuff like that. Then I got this lemon lemon creme. It's a little dessert, so you can have these, you can have them in any order you want. So you could have this for like breakfast. I just got these because they're a really delicious option and they're like the best tasting Optifast thing that they have. So I thought, gotta get myself some of that. Then I got the soup, just the chicken soup for dinners and maybe even a lunch, because you need to like change it up. You don't want to just be having shakes the whole time because that can get very boring, especially for 2 weeks worth. Then I also got the shakes in the coffee flavor. This is for like in the mornings, because if you add, because you're only allowed to have them with water obviously, but the shakes themselves have milk powder in them. So you can have the coffee ones and you can put ice in them and it becomes like a little frappe. So it's delicious. I also am getting another pack of the shakes, but the mixed one, nowhere seems to sell them at the moment, so I have to like find them somewhere. But that comes with 12 and it comes with like strawberry, banana, vanilla, chocolate and all that stuff like that. So next they also give you a list of the vegetables that you're allowed, because as I said, you're allowed a cup of veggies, and the vegetables that you might not allowed. So the things that you have to avoid: corn. I don't know why, but corn is just something that's not good. Peas, yeah. Avocado, pumpkin, sweet potato, and potato. Those are the vegetables you are not allowed to eat, so don't even think about being naughty. And then soups, you are allowed vegetable soups and stock cubes. Sounds fucking delicious. And then you are allowed to add like herbs and spices and stuff, but you just have to be careful which ones. And then for fluids, you're only allowed water, tea or coffee with a dash of skim milk and diet cornmeal. Mind you, this is before you've had the surgery. So yes, you will be hungry, and yes, there will be times you want to quit, but positive energy is what we're sending out. So now we're getting on to after the surgery. After the surgery, this is where it gets a bit difficult. So I'm actually moving back in with my parents so that my mum can take care of me, because I don't remember half the shit that I'm meant to be doing. So she can do it for me. So for day one, it's nothing by mouth. They give you fluids through your like veins and stuff. So yeah. And then days 2 to 3, which you'll still be in hospital. I think it's 3 days you're in hospital for, which is clear thin fluid. So water. Mind you, you're also not allowed to like glug water, so you have to make sure that you're continuously sipping really tiny bits the entire time. You can't like, if you accidentally miss out on your daily dose, like your half day, you can't like catch that up. You're just going to be dehydrated for the rest of the day. So that's something to also consider. And then days 3 to 14 is nourishing thin liquids. So that'll be like your protein powders and stuff like that. Water. Yum. Fluids that you're allowed to have are fruit, like beverages. So like really thinned out fruit juices. Nothing with too much sugar though. Water, strained cordial, sorry. Black or green coffee and tea, and clear soup broth, and that will be after the clear liquid stage. Pretty much the whole time when you get out of hospital, you are slowly increasing your water intake, and then eventually you can get on to thinner and thinner liquids, and then less thinner liquids, and then liquids, and then you go on to like, after like a while, you get onto mushy foods and stuff like that, like purees and maybe custard, depending. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything that she went through with me on the eating side of things. But next she really had to talk about the common issues that can happen. So I'm just going to list some of the issues. She said don't stress out too much because these issues do sound very scary. But like, that's just what comes with having a major surgery, you know, shit happens. So dehydration, constipation, gas, ongoing vomiting, poor vitamin intake, and pain. That's it. Those are the downfalls and what can happen during your recovery stage. That was my dietitian appointment. That's pretty much everything that she went through. And yeah, she's really also there to assess again whether or not you're prepared to have it done, because it does take a lot of like mental strength and being willing to do the right things, because if you don't do the right things, bam, dead. Alright, so that's everything with the dietitian. So I did have to get a loan/credit card to pay for the rest of my surgery, but I have officially paid it off, so I can stop stressing now, because I was actually
losing your damn mind.
Losing my damn mind, because it is very expensive, and I'm not the best saving person, so yeah, everything is paid off. I do recommend getting, like, if you haven't already saved up everything, instead of, because some people take it out of their super, I would recommend not doing that and getting like a loan or a credit card instead to pay for it, just because then you can just pay that off in increments along the way. My one that I went with is Latitude Loans, and I got a credit card from them, and it's like interest free. You don't have to have set payments. You just kind of pay it off as you go. So yeah, that's the one I went with, and that's how I paid for everything. Now we're going to go on to the question and answer portion of the video like we did in the last one, just because there are little things that I do forget to mention, so it's nice to have a list of things I need to talk about. So the first question that I saw was about scarring and stuff like that, stretch marks and all that sort of fun stuff that comes along with losing weight. So I brought I didn't buy, my mum brought for me for my birthday, like a big tub of like a cream. It's like a cocoa butter cream, and I'm gonna use that to put like on like my stretch marks and stuff like that and scarring to help it disappear. But obviously you're gonna have a little bit of scarring, like they're literally putting and slicing you open, like that sort of situation. But I think getting onto it early with your stretch marks, just rubbing it in every day even before the surgery, can help reduce the aftermath of stretch marks and stuff like that. A lot of people I saw had questions about maintaining it and stuff like that. I think that I'm on a group on Facebook. There are lots of support groups out there for people who have had the surgery, and a lot of people do have struggles with maintaining it. But I think it's all just about when you finally get to that point where you can start eating again and you can do things that you can't do that you were doing before. I think it's good just to stay away from them instead of going back to your old habits, because you've just gone through this major surgery. Like, you don't want to like boom put the weight back on. You won't put as much weight back on, but it is good to still be cautious about what you're eating and stuff like that. And especially with fizzy drinks, a lot of people after their surgery and after they've fully recovered go back to drinking them. That's no's, because that's gonna stretch out your stomach and just gonna go back to where you were. I think just trying to maintain a strict diet and constantly being aware that you no longer have a stomach, so you can't be doing things like that. And I wouldn't risk it anyway. I don't know why people would. Like, it's hard. You don't want to go back through that shit, man. We'll do one more for today. Loose skin. Now, a lot of people have said that depending on your age, your skin has a certain elasticity about it. So after the surgery, depending on how your skin is, this is not just based on age, but I mean, the younger you are, the more elasticity your skin's gonna have. So because I'm going with private health, I think you can do this for public too. I don't think actually, never mind, take that back. So because I'm with a private health insurance, if I was to have any loose skin afterwards that I didn't like or wasn't going away, you are able to actually have another surgery to remove that skin. And because it was an effect from a previous surgery, it's actually covered by your private health. So you don't gotta stress about that, boo. I mean, boob jobs and shit like that aren't covered, but like your loose skin, that's all covered. I highly recommend, if you are with private health insurance, not to get rid of your insurance straight after your surgery and be like, oh, I don't need it anymore. You do. Okay, it's good to have for a few years afterwards, or even just for a few months, like just to see how you go, because if you have any complications and you've cancelled your private health, you're fucked. Simple as that. Those are the questions that I was answering for today. And yet again, I'm gonna say this like I said in the last video, I am not a facts channel. I don't know all the bits and bobs about everything. This is just my experience, what I know and what I've been told, and my research. So if you're looking for something a little bit more scientific and factual, I highly suggest not just coming here. This is just my experience, and I just wanted to take you guys along with my experience as a young person getting the surgery and stuff like that. But yeah, so the next video on this channel about the weight loss surgery and stuff like that will be my hospital bag video, which I'm very excited for. I've already started planning it, and I hope you guys come back to watch it because they're fun. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.